ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. I'll start again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again. It's showtime. Sorry. Here we are. Entertain us. No, wait, that's my job. Good evening to those who have joined me. Did some more play earlier today. Ran around, grabbed some materials in the sort of starting tutorial zone. Well, the tutorial zone actually, I guess, is the initial crash site. So this is the first zone, the beginning zone. There were some easy to acquire pieces and parts, so I done acquired them. I upgraded my still suit. Alright, nothing running there. Blood purifier isn't running. Oh, it's full. That might have something to do with it. I believe, actually, the circuit is full. Yeah, I need to add water cistern. Possibly brothern. Okay, do that. Wrong button. Let's see, we need that there. Need that there. It really, having only 8 slots on your toolbar is a genuine, deep and abiding pain in the schlong. You can quote me on that. It's not a refinery. What new refinery did I get? Oh, that's not new. That one new? The improved blood purifier. Yeah, I was going to make one of those, but this one's full on blood, and I don't think I can. Blood. That was the storage. We got the larger storage chests, but I need copper ingots for another cistern. I have copper? I'm not sure I have copper. I have no copper. That is annoying. Note to self, grab more copper. No, that, I mean, it's iron, so I'm going to grab that while I'm here. I actually need copper. There's not an enormous amount of it around in these areas, but it does this. Oh, crap. That's going to take me 10 minutes, so bear with me as I chase down some copper. I'm going to have to mount up and drive around looking for copper. I guess I probably am. Oh, more iron. I am sadly going to have to do exactly that, aren't I? And I'm going to grab the more iron again. Also, I'm going to need to start tracking down some carbon. Because I'd like to start making steel for some of the things I can research now. Okay. One chunk of copper is not impressive. It's not blowing up my skirt, says. All right. Fine. We're now officially driving around looking for copper. granite. Alright, that's iron, but we don't need any more iron. We need copper. I'm low on fuel. I think we can take care of that really quickly. Get to a place where I'm not going to be. Oh, there's another person who's going to take offense at me and start shooting. Why are they shooting at me? They don't even know me, man. Oh, they're coming. They should have known better. But they didn't. Never chase down some random stranger in the desert. I got off here for a reason. What was it? I don't remember. Couldn't have been very important then, right? Oh, low fuel. That was why I turned on it. Let's get back to the next rock in line. And fuel. Refueled. Now at 100%. Alright, how about like 5 copper nodes? I'll settle for 1 as a start. Damn it. Serious. Sometimes you just gotta track down the lower tier materials. They're not, they're not inferior because they're lower tier. They're just lower tier. And maybe inferior. But you don't want to say that out loud. Also, you don't want to keep driving into big boulders because it makes me uncomfortable. And over here doesn't look like it. Do a circuit around this big rock. How far south have we gotten? Not too terribly far. Shortage of iron. Not a lot of copper. I say that, and once again, I've magically summoned up a copper node. Fat Buddy! Good evening, my friend. Hope all is well with you. I'm low on copper. Well, this will be 4 nodes. That ought to give me enough to make the next cistern and have some extras. My backpack is full. And I am full of it. Never. Is there anything I can dump? Not really. Iron ore. I'd rather not dump the iron ore. I'm going to need more of that. There's a 5th node there, but that node gets to live another day. Another milkshake weekend? Well, I understand that your milkshake brings everyone to the yard. I have no idea if that's actually a thing. Maybe your milkshake does? I hope your milkshake does that. That would be pretty cool. Now I want a milkshake. Thanks, Fat Bunny. Instead, probably after stream, I will settle for some fat-free vanilla bleeping pudding. But 120 calories, so... Losing weight sucks. Having lost weight is really good, but losing weight sucks and blows. Alright, that's the copper and iron ore. How much weight was that? That was almost 120 volume of stuff, so let's get cooking the copper. And a bunch of the iron as well. That uses water, sadly. And the max on that too. Alright, it's processing again. That didn't use as much water as I was expecting it. And I think I needed 25 for another cistern. Yeah, I need 8 more. On top of that. Five more out of here. I think. Should do it. If not, I'm sure it'll tell me. Yeah, we can build it. All right, the circuit capacity is up to 16K now. I can drop a little bit more blood in there. And probably fill up one of my liter jars. Just to be on the safe side. All right. What was next? Put away the stuff. Okay. What are we carrying right now? Right. The spit dart goes back in. That is a looted weapon I got, so it doesn't have a lot of durability. It does, however, one-shot mobs in the starting area, and I assume will do a really good job on the mobs in the area I am currently in as well. We can drop off the extra copper ingot. Where are our ingots? Where do I put our ingots? Used all the copper ingots. That's where they are. That's where they live. Alright, we've got heavy darts and light darts. And I think we're ready to go. We were going to go That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where was it? We had a quest. That's not it. That's not it. Well, where the hell is it? One of the secondary quests. Let's see. No, not that one. Extremely dangerous area. Pinnacle Station, no. Monster slaying. No. Where was it? The quest interface in the game is, it's dreadful. It's just dreadful. Weapons of war, the spice must flow. No, that's not them. No. 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 I could have sworn I had the quest that a friend of mine was doing, and it was close to it. Give me just a sec here to check on something. Really fast. I promise. It'll be really fast. Now that's the testing station. That's not it. Clear. Missing sister. Kirab. Hideout. It's a different location. Okay, that's good. That's Pinnacle Station. That was the one that was Death on a Stick. I guess I don't have the quest. I recognize the name of the quest. Maybe I've done it? I don't know. Give me a sec again. Hold on. Bear with me, please. I have done the quest and I missed the quest location for the other quest. Because it's right down here. I have figured it out. Can't fool me. I'm too wise for that sort of trickeration. I finished a quest down there, but missed the obvious signs of the other quest in the area. I didn't. Shai Halud. I like to call him not so Shai Halud because he pops up all the time. He likes to say hi, you know. What is that at 203 in the direction I'm headed? That is the Deep Struggle. I'm not sure. To be perfectly honest. I'll be frank if you'd rather. I'm gonna grab some more copper while I'm here and while it's available. I like this, that it is both immersive and a bot slayer. It's the storyline thing, the second trial of Akal. That's what I'm attempting to find, and it should be over here somewhere. Likely there. down on volume. Okay, so we've got a bunch more of that. Yeah, this has got to be it. And give me a sec. Gotta make sure you're all healthy before we start heading into a place where there might be, but I don't expect, trouble. Thought it was down there. Now I do expect trouble. Shield on. Keep forgetting those are about. I didn't take too much damage. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll walk it off. I don't know. This may actually be what we're looking for. Yeah, I think it is. It is. He said that there was a drop in a cave. Okay, good. This is indeed what I was looking for. The second trial. I have not done this, so I have no idea what I'll be doing. Go ahead and drop the shield. Shai-Hulud not big on the shields, you know. All right, I guess I'm gonna snort some more spice dust. The new cinnamon challenge. Don't try that at home, by the way. Do not snort spice dust. Cinnamon, okay? Just don't. I get cat murder eyes. That is the murder eyes you see on a cat when their instincts kick in. All right, there we go. Oh, I am tripping balls again, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're watching, Toli, thank you very much for the pointer on this. All right, last time we had to dodge the burning eye.
What is the purpose of thought? Ibn Qutayba. Speed is a device of Shaitan. Do you understand, Wali?
Stop calling me Wally, that's not my name.
Our God gave us the gift of thought, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Knowledge without action is empty. Bila kaifa.
We've got a floating stick. Don't know what it is, other than it's a floating stick. It's a static compactor. Okay. No, that is used to make flower dust easier to harvest. And it puts out fire.
Brought us to Rosek. We were persecuted. Our families burned in the fires of their ignorance. We learned the cost of inaction. Never to forgive. Never to forget.
That one doesn't seem to want to go out. There we go. Look, somebody's oil pan has been dripping. Come on, man. You can't do that. First of all, you got to take care of your vehicle. And second of all, you don't park it here, where if it's gonna leak, everyone's gonna see and have to deal with it, dude. Come on. My field of vision is shrinking.
Some were sent to work in mines. The tunnels were unstable. Our work made them more so. We learned the cost of action. Never to forgive. Never to forget. It was on Rossack that the Sayadina created the poison drug. Words became memories. Through thought and action combined, we learned to create.
Okay. Ow. We gotta get close enough, but not too close.
The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Did not God give us Shaitan to force action? And where does action lead?
Obviously, action leads to Super Mario. Ibn Qurtayba.
Thought and action lead to creation. What is the purpose of thought? To honor the Creator. Remember Rossack. Bila Kaifa.
La Kaifa. Is that the second storyline?
What is the purpose of thought?
To honor the Creator.
To honor the Creator. Remember Rossack. Bila Kaifa.
Bila Kaifa. Awaken. As in Dune, awakening. Instance completed. Anytime now. Game. Game. There we go. Oh, I am so wasted. Oh my god. No more spice shooters, I promise. And it's not the spice, it's the rum. Ah. Flour sand, the main component for making silicon blocks. Flour sand can be found in the open sounds. Look for a cloud of white dust. And to harvest it efficiently, use a static compactor. I haven't made a static compactor. I have harvested enough. A little bit of flour sand. So if I have correctly discovered something, I think I may have. The thing I was incredibly, awfully angry about last night may not be as quite as bad as I thought. The test of treachery, I think, is not in that testing station. I think because when I was looking out here, yeah, it's over here. So it wasn't the testing station I was in yesterday, which was for one quest, and I thought was for two, but no, it was actually only. Ooh. You can actually end up harvesting quite a lot of water from the dew plants. You get them late at night, or you haven't harvested them, and you haven't harvested them for a while. I don't think in a single day, I don't think it completely regenerates. By that I mean in-game day. May not seem like much. Yep. Okay, that filled. And both of our leader johns are full. Well, what we do then, when that's the case, you just drink. And drink. That right there was 130 mils. So that's an eighth of a liter in one go. About to be full again. Yeah, we're full. So we've drank to fill ourselves up and then refilled the leader john. They're all full. Yeah, we can go ahead. We're going to head home quickly. So we can harvest some more stuff. We got some more makings of stuffs to make and do stuff. I'm sure that was clear to everyone. But let's see how well this works on the next journey. Ah, that's so nice. I can't make this yet. I'm relatively close to it. But I found one damaged. I shot him in the foot. Oh, I didn't kill him, though. It put him into a death state where he can't do anything and you can easily finish him. But that was in the foot, so... I want to suck your blood. Ah, ah, ah. Right, that was not a very good Count impersonation, I'll grant you that. Any more useful mats? Oh, you know. No, we will bust out my trike. Honey, I'm almost home. Put it away. Honey, I'm home. Said that already, haven't I? Let's see. Water capacity, the circuit capacity. So what we want to do is empty some water into here. Now the circuit is these devices. By default, they put themselves into a circuit. So the blood cleaner and the cisterns are all in a circuit. So this is the water between all of them. 12 liters out of a maximum 16,000. 12,000 out of 16,000. So what we want to do is remove the 1,000 liters from here. And where is it? I know you're in here. You can't hide from me. Demolish the blood thingy, the blood cleanser. Here, did I unlock the improved? I did already research the improved. Is it going to fit? Wrong button. Let's try again. This time for sure. Fuel powered, repair station, recycler, no. Fabricator, no. Refinery, yes. That is the improved blood-sucking device, and it's not going to fit without me rearranging other stuff. So, best way to do this. All right, this one's going to move. There. I can move there. We can tidy this up later. That. Why is it an invalid position there? That's not invalid, I guess. Looks like it should be, but it's not. I need even more room for it. My God, that thing's big. Okay, it's going upstairs. All right, the big blood-sucking machine. Cleansing machine. Not enough materials. What am I missing? Iron. Complex machinery. Silicone blocks. I need 5 more silicone blocks. I have the mats. Don't go there. Trying to track this stuff down is it's so bad. Because there's no text search. Because hey, the consoles won't have that. Yeah, well, fuck the consoles. The players who are playing your game right now and paying for the development for the consoles would like to have access to a simple tool like goddamn text. Can I make that? I need that, so we'll go ahead and make that. Are they handmade? They're not handmade. They're made over here, I think. Turn back on. Silicone block. How many did I need? 4, I think. Let's go ahead and make 14. And yet another tool, of which we are limited, as always, to only 4 in the freaking, in the hotbar, which is, I tell you, the compromises for the UI that have been made. The most you've seen me play one game for several days. How's it going? It's going well. Having a good rage there. About that one thing. And only one other thing has really made me rage so far in the game. But the UI is basically a continual, unending rage. So you're not wrong. It's just not good. And the only reason we have to deal with this is because they're making it for console too. And they're too cheap or incompetent. Okay, that was rage. To have 2 separate UIs. Why? Because they hate me. It's the only thing that makes sense. They just simply hate me. I can't say I really blame them. I am pretty hateable. Just got the Slaver Steel Suit. Nice. I just upgraded, to the Kirab. I've been kind of playing 2 characters. I'm playing with a friend on this server and stream, and then another batch of friends afterwards in the evenings. All right, we have 8 blocks, so now I should be able to make the aforementioned improved blood purifier. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. This character is at what, 30? Level 30, I think? 30 or 31? Oh, 32. The other one is at like 15, something like that. So yeah, I have been playing a fair amount. I enjoy the game. I'm not one of those who will mindlessly talk about how incredible it is. It's a game I don't think is for everyone. Not that a player would not be good enough or something like that, but it just might not be of interest to a fair number of people. And there we go. We've this holds what, 4 times as much blood. The blood. Sorry. I will now move these upstairs. No, I enjoy it a lot. But then I have been jonesing for a while now. Rotate. Enjoying a lot of varied survival crafting games. You have a good feel for it. Looking to kick back and watch someone who's not completely lost or overhyped. I might occasionally get lost, but I'm definitely not overhyped. I'm enjoying it a lot. It works for me. It won't work forever. Last night I was raging. A good, solid, honest, real rage. Because I was going through one of the sort of pseudo dungeon things. Not really a dungeon, but basically a dungeon. Commenting that how, unlike Imperial Testing Station 2 in the first area, Imperial Testing Station 10 didn't seem to have any mobs in it. And then they all respawned at once and immediately killed me. And that had all my money on it, which was the subject of a different rant, but now I understand how the bank works. So that rant is no longer operant. No, not at every step. I'm familiar enough with the crafting survival genre. So I slowly fought my way back through to get my stuff and get out of Imperial Testing Station 10. I was under-geared for it, I think. Pretty obviously. Alright, so now our blood station is up here and working. That's all fine and dandy-roo. It is processing. Excellent. We now have a total of 16,000 milliliters in circuit capacity. So this one doesn't have a water holding capacity on its own, in which case I'm going to want at least one more cistern. So I'll take care of that now. There we go. Right, where else were we looking at? I made the scattergun, I think. Did I not? I did make the standard GRDA 4.4 scattergun. Got my 2 liter guns. That's empty. Everything else is fine. I think. Let's take a quick look here. I don't have enough micro sandwich fiber yet that I would be comfortable making heal kits to, until I'm swimming in that. That's the Cutaway Mark II. I made the static compactor, right? Yes, I did. Yeah, I know I want them. But I just don't have the mats. I ran around for an hour and a half or 2 hours earlier in the starting area and hitting the places that I hadn't hit previously to get more of the microfiber stuff. Static compactor, handheld resource. That's true. I do have the points to learn it. You're not wrong. I tend to be a resource hoarder. And that goes for basically all games. I need more mechanical parts before I can make a disruptor. I understand the disruptor is really good for dealing with shielded mobs. You knock down their shield and then you just shoot them. Which sounds mean, but they kind of deserve it. I'm going to need that sooner or later when I get to make my next tier of bad motor scooter. Just never know when you might need that. Yeah, but come on. I admit that this is me. I'm playing a role-playing game. I go all the way through it. I fight my way to the end. The big bad guy is dead, and I have 1,500 healing potions. If I was to sum up my gaming existence in one sentence, that's it. What did I need for the heavy armor again? I mean, I've got to make that for a quest, and I've already unlocked it. And I'm short on plasteel microflora. The rest of it, I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have. So, I heard a thwip noise like something had finished. Did this finish? It probably finished a while ago. Okay, we've got a mostly full liter, John. The circuit capacity is up to 21K now. I think I'm ready to move out. Now, the next place I wanted to move out to was way out in the middle of BFE. I'm probably going to do... Am I still carrying it? I should be carrying it, but I... Also, icons are good. You know, it's better. Icons and words. So if this had small blood pack at the bottom, that would be good. Maybe a couple of medium blood packs before I head out. 2 mediums. That's going to use up... See, that's going to use half of my micro sandwich fabric. So I'm not yet at the place where I can afford to burn through those, making the heal kit 2s. But 2 of the medium blood packs worth.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
One, let me move my medium blood sacks up there. The little quality of life details really matter. They do. Games have to have some amount of friction. I understand that, and I approve of it. But there's a difference between friction and frustration. And this is unnecessary frustration. Where's the smalls? Small blood sac? Small blood sac. My friend who showed me the location to the second trial was bemoaning the fact that you can't lock items in your inventory. It's a simple little thing. If this UI had been designed for a PC, you would mouse over a little box there and you'd click it and it would be locked in your inventory. And you wouldn't have to worry about accidentally salvaging it, selling it, putting it in your chests. It's such a small thing, and we ain't got it. Where's the micro sandwich? Did I use up all? I didn't use up all the micro sandwich stuff. It should be in here. Why didn't it get put away? Is that full? No, it's not full. Why did it not get put away? I don't know. All right, so we got that taken care of. One thing after another. Another thing I need to do. Make sure my motor scooter is in good condition. Have I used my wire? I must have used up my wire. Time. Make some more wire. Welding wire. Now, I want to compliment them for one of the quality of life things that are in here that I don't think I've ever seen in any other game, which is the quick deposit function on chests, where if you've got a bag full of stuff, you can just go from chest to chest to chest to chest and hit F, and it'll quick deposit anything that there's already a stack of in the chest. So you can basically dump out all the stuff. You don't have to remember where everything is and click on them. You can just go bip, 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 and it deposits everything to the right place. That is a great quality of life thing. My understanding is that was initially a mod done by the community that they then added themselves, as they should have. Pardon me, I'm going to take advantage of some more easily available water. It's a nice feature. Haven't encountered that before. Yeah, I haven't seen it before, and yet it seems so simple and straightforward. You kind of go, well, it must have been in a game before, and I'm not aware of it. It's certainly possible. Right, those are not currently available for me to harvest. These ones should be. Small little patch, but hey. That was 230 mils. Quarter of a liter. Just that quick. All right, let's see. We're going to start over here. This is the direction we're going to be going in. Let's drop our buggy. Welding torch. Repair everything as best we can. With the full knowledge that we'll be building our second bike relatively soon. All right, that's that. Yeah, it's still showing some damage on the treads, but you can't have everything, although I've never been sure why. I'm pretty sure I deserve everything. I know what I forgot. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll probably be fine. Most likely. That's another player who's harvesting dew. Bonk. Just in case you're not aware, you don't have to be drunk to drive like one. Glad I could help you out. All right, we are here. Let us head in that direction. So we'll do a little bit of a drive out here to avoid the danger spots, which may be quicksand or drum sand. Whoop, we're a little bit close. Oh, shy halud. That's not good at all. It's fine, I was never worried. was pretending to be frightened, you know, to spice up the stream. That's a big gap to cross. I'm not enthused about crossing that anytime soon. Scour Souk Alusis Thieves marked for information. We can get that another time. I'm really wanting to get to there to find the Kirab hideout in the testing station. That's going to get me killed. Well, that guy has spent some time on his house. I'll give him that. The ziggurat look, kind of like it. I might have to steal that one. Of course, my end result would be better looking, but that's not bad. Quicksand sucks, but if you're right at the edge, you can back out. Takes a bit, so if a maker's on you, your Purina Worm Chow? Do a barrel roll. That's a neat trick. Oh, we got another big wide area to cross. I get the feeling these are never going to be fun. Oh, that's really not welcome at all. Oh, boy. Let's see if it's a slightly better angle over here. Also, I kind of wish now I had gotten the things I was saying I needed to get, which was the scouting probing thing to open up a bit more of the map. Do you think this is probably a better angle? I think we can make it across without having to worry if we aim like about there. Unless, of course, Big Daddy Shy wants to play. And by play, I mean eat. I'm assuming that's a wrecked ship. Oh, God, no. No, no. You want to eat the wrecked ship, not me. You do not want to eat me. Really, you don't. I have terrible taste. And I taste bad. Both. So I'm assuming that's radiation? Because I understand you get radiation from wrecked ships. Oh, that's the anomaly. Whatever the anomaly is. First I've heard of an anomaly, gotta say. I definitely don't want to mess with it when I've got other fish to fry. Fried fish. Which was cool, Fat Buddy? The ziggurat looking thing the guy made? Hush. Mine's going to be better. It's going to have blackjack and hookers. Oh, the barrel roll? Yeah, I do that a lot, actually. A little more water never hurt anybody, you know? Oh, did I swap it out? Yeah, we'll swap it back in. I'm sure I will get to a point where I'm no longer obsessing over the relatively small amounts of water I can get from these. But water was such an imminent thing all of the time for most of the game length I've been playing. Alright, where are we going again? We're probably about halfway there. Maybe a little better than halfway. Wait, did I not just... Should be west. It's over there, that's right. Ah, another beautiful day in the Corps. Sergeant Apone. Alright, we've got an outcropping of stuff there. If I bear a little bit more in that direction. Somebody was upset that I was doing a little sightseeing on their territory. Woo! Get your motor running. Sorry. Can't help myself. I can't help it. We are getting closer. What? That is one of the big dungeon-like crashed spaceships, maybe? I'm about 800 meters out, give or take. From where I'm trying to go. Which I expect my swearing word to non-swearing word ratio will get larger. The wreck of the palace. Right, I'm aimed approximately correctly here to avoid the bad sand areas. Aim should be okay, a little bit more to that side, and should be clear of the bad sand. Yep. Not somebody's shooting at somebody else, and it's not me. All right, we will remove the marker so I can see things a little bit more clearly. I have to find the Kirab hideout in the testing station. Shield on. I found it, and the next step is find the forged documents. Right. Well, I certainly hope that's another player or players and that they're murdering every single freaking thing in front of me. Oh, crap. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. What the shit? God damn it. I put it in the wrong place. Okay. This system is so excruciating. I will be very slow moving and careful here throughout the entirety of this. I'm not especially adept at the combat. But I do have to say that that sniper rifle I looted but can't make yet is an enormous improvement. Oh my god. Pardon me, you're not using your juice, are you? Nah, they're not using their juice. It's fine, really. Why did he move? God damn it. Anybody else? Who else wants some? Come get some.
They're coming. I'm out.
Did I not get that one? Mmm, juicy. Already almost full. Try not to miss your shots next time, dumbass. Talking to myself. I've discovered the Northwest Ironworks. Funny, it feels like I'm in a
Reveal yourself.
God damn it, I did it again. I think that's all the blood I can carry. Okay, that one's reloaded. Make sure the other one's reloaded. Make sure we're all healed up. Thought I saw two guys over here. I did. He's got a friend, and that's not good news for me. I'm not dead yet. Oh, we're on the second one. Okay, that's it. Well, then we've got room for more. Pardon me. But I know you're not using that. Oh, he vanished. Not fair. I don't have the tool required to enter that yet. See if we picked up anything we can afford to toss out. Not yet. We may want plant fibers to make more bandages. I hit the wrong button again. I need to not do that. Or at least do that less. Yep. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, Lens, stop hitting the wrong button. Hey, that's a good idea, Lens. I'll work on that. Damn it. Come on, pop your pretty little head up. Like I said, this is going to be slow going for me. I aim to be very, very cautious. It has legs? What, me? You can't see my legs. Yet. Uh-huh. Think I didn't see you there? Is that what you think? that. Reload that. We now have the green ID band. I'll drink. Go ahead and drink from our still suit. I find the instances like this solo to be very nerve-wracking. It can be pretty easy to make a mistake and die. God damn it. Especially if you miss a few shots because you're bad at video games. Actually, it's got 3 rounds. You want to make sure it's always loaded. Handheld reflex. Counterfeit documents, that's what I came here for. Was those. But there's the purple band, which I think will allow me to exit a little cleaner, or maybe get to a boss. I'm not sure. Holtzman shield. All right, we got everything out of here. I'm going to assume there's a boss or something in here that I'm not going to like.
There's someone here.
Multiple mobs.
Someone here.
What the hell did I hit instead of him? Wrong button. Totally the wrong button. This is the shit that drives me crazy. Can they come in here? Don't know. They can. God, what the hell? I'm about to get down. I am getting out of Dodge right now. Oh my God, would you stop? I got the thing I came here for. I am not that concerned about whatever's behind the purple door. She's still following. Admirable stick-to-itiveness, or it would be if they weren't sticking to me. Oh my god, she's still coming! Oh, no, 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 no. Did she find... No, she has not given up yet. What I came here for. I'm fine with that. It's fine. Unless the heavy is following me too. Oh my god, that... Normally, you know, someone with that kind of devotion to the cause, I might admire. Except they're trying to kill me. So, not so much, actually. Now, of course, we have the special delight. Yes, there are character levels. I'm level 33, I think. 34? 34. This is a crashed ornithopter. They are a good source of Holtzman actuators. There are levels. My gear... I mean, you saw I was having no problem until I started having problems. That's mostly on me. There he is. Big Daddy, not so shy Halud. What doesn't help is I didn't change into my combat gear. I'm still in my still suit. The combat gear would have been better. Not like a vast amount better, but better. Armor value of 24. My current is 17. But I forgot to do that. And that certainly was not helpful. I have no idea what the sounds of combat is. It's orange. I'm not happy with that. Go, baby, go. It's red. That's not good. I may have crossed bad sand. No. We got this. We're fine. Everything's good. We're good. We're fine. Everything's good. No, it's not. Well, there he was. As you can see, he moves pretty fast. You know, for a big worm. Does sort of remind you of fishing? fishing. In this case, you're trying to avoid the bite. That's definitely true. Hi, Santa Claus. Doing everything in my power to avoid the bite. That's definitely true. And let's face it, you're trying to make sure the worm doesn't get you instead of trying to get the fish to get the worm. I would like to get back to Hazimir with these bits and pieces for him. Even if Hazimir is not the most delightful and friendly of individuals. Let's this time try and avoid the danger zones. We should be a little more safe. What about here? The objective is to avoid the red zones, as those can be dangerous in a couple of different ways. It can be quicksand, which is like the movies, or it can be drum sand, which acts like a very loud dinner bell for Shai Hulud. That's the anomaly, which I have no idea what it is, and didn't even know it was here until my trip out to where I just was, the station, testing station. I definitely don't want to play around with something I don't know anything about when have just finished a successful run of stuff. Big room, you still picture it like Slimy from Sesame Street? I don't remember Slimy, I have to say. An hors d'oeuvre bell? That's true. I doubt he even notices. He's just eating whatever's making noise. So, in fact, what he's looking for is the bell itself. Why is that not working? Oh, my backpack is full. That's why. It's full of items, I will note. We can drop that one iron ore. I don't think we need one iron ore. But since we ran out of copper a little earlier, I'm not going to be shy about grabbing some more copper on the way home. One of the things I'm not nuts about is the inventory system, as it is both item limited and volume limited. You can only have 35 different items and 175 volume from those items. I have no problem with the volume or mass, but the number of items, again, I think feels like a concession to the future console audience. Just like so much of the rest of the UI, about which I am likely to continue complaining for as long as I have oxygen. I'll pass out eventually. You won't have to listen to me complain anymore. Well, maybe. Player house, not a bad look. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, how's my lining? Not great. A little bit more to that side. That ought to be about lined up right. Yeah. Eastern Vermilius. Clearly, somebody needs to set up races. We're back at the ziggurat house, guys. I gotta give him his marks. Pretty good. Mine will be better. He'll regret the day I ever saw his home and made mine look so much better. I like what this guy's doing with the one pillar there, giving him support for his house. And then his neighbor has decided to go one better and raise his entire house way up high. I'm not sure how usable that is, but it does have a certain style. Let's see. We're trying to get to my house. All right, that's where we want to go.
Sector weather alert.
Oh,
A large
God.
sandstorm is approaching.
Fuck. Get eaten by the worm and get the sword? I'd rather not get eaten by the worm, thank you. Now, having said that, I'm probably headed right towards... Yep! Bad sand. And we've got a freaking storm coming. Made it.
Sector
All right.
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
That's fine. Close the doors. Casimir, I brought your thing.
You look ready for bigger and better things.
It's done. I have the forged document to compromise Anton.
Oh, yes. Such a flawless document. Such a pretty lie. That sanctimonious sod is going to suffer, and it makes me all but quiver in pleasure.
You kind of look like you're quivering. Will that be all then?
Oh, no. Just one more delicious touch. You must blackmail Anton personally. I want to see the light die in his eyes. Make him back off the Skorda case.
Complete. Deliver counterfeit document to LB Casimir. LB?
You look ready for bigger
Levenbach?
and better
Levenbrecht?
things.
Levenbrecht must be a rank.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Time to close the door. Hi.
I'm pleased to see you again.
Are you? I don't think you're going to be pleased when I show you the evidence. Dun dun!
What's this? What? This is nonsense. I showed no cowardice on the battlefield. This never happened. This document is false.
Document looks official to me, and there are many copies.
It's petty lies. Maxim put you up to this, didn't he?
I
That
refuse to
mongrel
comment on the
cur.
grounds that I don't have
What
to.
do you even hope to get out of this?
Back off the Skorda investigation, and this all goes away.
Do you honestly think I would compromise my honor for the sake of vanity, for the sake of a clean record? This is a desperate move.
War of Assassins has already compromised your honor. I've seen it.
But what I've done for my house, for my Duke.
Espionage rusts pretty ideals, like shining armor sunk in the ocean. Well, the armor's only really going to rust if it's, iron.
You're a monster.
All you have is your clean military record and reputation for valor.
Very well. Damn you. I will look the other way regarding the Skorda case. For the moment.
Thank you for your cooperation.
When the Harkonnen use you, betray you, and throw you away, and they will, come see me about getting retribution.
That's a completely reasonable request. I have blackmailed Lieutenant Tolliver. What do you got for me,
You
Maxine?
look ready for bigger and better things.
It's done. Anton will back off the search for Skorda. Counterfeit document. Delivered.
I saw. Masterfully done.
Hawks and
Hand me
Griffins
those
join a
documents,
faction.
Just in case you have a change of heart. To see that knightly fool humbled. It's all I imagined and more. You, my sweet agent, have earned a place at the table.
I am evil. Pure, unadulterated, evil. Pure and simple from the 8th dimension. That's an old movie reference, guys.
We will do great and terrible things, you and I. However, be advised that any betrayal after this point will have most dire consequences. There are, of course, perks. I pulled a few strings to grant you access to exclusive Harkonnen vendors. You can thank me later. Or now. Now is good. What's more, you can now align your guild to House Harkonnen, or join a faction-aligned guild to participate in the Landsrat.
You have anything new for me?
Opportunity ripens, and the fruits of your labor have paid off. Do you recall the falsified communications log I had you plant earlier?
Yeah.
The man you framed was a simple merchant, one with ties to the Atreides. Now, he's been wrongly accused of being a double agent, and hence, killed.
Oh. You killed the merchant.
That's the beauty of it. The vilified sod was killed by regretful Atreides deserters, desperate to get into Duke Leto's good graces
Probably
once
won't work.
again.
Leto's not going to like that.
And now, for the crown jewel of this masterpiece. You will find the deserters and finish them off, ensuring more Atreides infighting. I assume nothing until the task is done. Make it so.
I got Solari's, house standing increased, fruits of my labor. Let's see, level 36. Pardon the yawn. Old man yawns a lot. All right, weapons of war. I never got a chance to use the scatter gun. I need to survey the eastern Vermilius Gap. Weird. It says to survey it. I guess I have to use the surveying tool. All right. That was the item that I thought I would have been useful for crossing the expanses. Monster slaying put out its eyes. I don't remember that one off the top of my head. Interior decoration. Ah, I need to buy a Choem furniture set. I can do that here.
Still alive? Not too bad. We had a bet going.
Choem. Choem. I don't have the money for that, evidently. Well, it'll be the office furniture then, I guess. I've already purchased that. Okay, I already did purchase it. I guess I just haven't installed any of it. Wait. Oh, construct a decoration. Okay, yeah, I haven't constructed a decoration. I have forged an alliance with House Harkonnen. I have chosen a side. My side. Always my side. Don't worry. The other group I'm playing with, they're going Atreides. So I'm not evil. I'm evil and good. I'm complicated. Woo! Honey, I'm home. It is really annoying that you have all of these tools and stuff, and you can only have 8 of them on your hotbar. Just another curse of the console UI. All right, that's the resource scanner. My light darts, my heavy darts. Oh, that's right, we can drop off our blood now. Ah. 18 liters? Okay, so the water capacity of this is set to 1,000 milliliters, and that's full. But the water is going into the circuit capacity of 21,000, which is essentially what we want. Okay, so we've got about 8,000 free and 18,000. I think we have 40%. That's going to just about fill us up. I think our efficiency is 40%, so we get 40% of water out of the blood. So about 7,000 more. And that'll put us at 20,000 of the 21,000 mils max. About 5 or 6 gallons. We did not pick up any more plasteel microflora fiber. Not sure where all we grabbed that. Pardon me. But I'm going to take most of my cash. Okay, all of the cash. Oh, it's up again. Not getting as much. I believe that it doesn't regenerate basically overnight. You can't go from nighttime to nighttime and get the same amount of water, or maybe it's just like early in night, and so not much has condensed yet. I'm not sure of the exact mechanic involved. Regardless, it's well worth doing. Because you need water for making everything other than copper, I think. Need water for making iron. Not sure. I think for steel, too. Not positive about that. But we just picked up 325 mils. 350 mils, a third of a liter. If you've never seen Harco, I'm going to go there because I certainly hope the prices are cheaper now that I'm aligned with them. Another patch over here? No. But I do want to see what the Harkonnen vendor has. More out of curiosity than expectation. It's any large amount of cash. Or, I mean, large amount of power, I should say. And also deposit my money. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating the stream title. I cannot take full credit for it. There is a parody of the book Dune titled Dune, D-O-O-N. And that's where I stole it from. I steal, but I like to give credit to the people I steal from. They're the same guys who wrote the parody on Lord of the Rings titled Board of the Rings. Paul Maudib is Paul Mothbib. The Harkonnens are the Hard Chargins. Choam is Noam Chomsky. And let's see, the fight between Jamis and Paul is an insult fight instead of a knife fight. And Jamis, whatever the name they have for him in there is, says, "You are like a woman who drinks their beer without a head." And Paul responds, "Better to be a woman drinking beer without a head than a man without a head drinking beer without a woman." And Jamis is so defeated by this, he dies on the spot.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears.
How
Where do you
about
want to go?
Harco Village?
Well, the Harkonnens love their docking fees, so
Oh,
that's
it's
going to
still
cost a little
2,500?
extra.
That's ruinous. I guess until you get your own ornithopter, it's going to be expensive.
Well, all right.
All right, I'm off to Harco Village. A bastion of light and hope in an otherwise dark galaxy. Actually, depending on definitions, I mean, the galaxy is dark in that if you are on a planet and it's night and you look up, you can see lots of little lights, but that's mostly dark. But it kind of depends on where you are. Ooh, Harco Village, here we go. Is that the vendor? That is the Harkonnen vendor. Wanted to see what he had.
Well, well. It seems someone gave you the clearance to view my special wares.
I'm here to trade. Light armor swatch. For light armors. Sandbike variant. 20,000 is more than I'm willing to blow on something. Ground vehicle swatch. Basic lights. Why not buy a little something to celebrate, you know? The customization. That's the Dusk Rider. That's the Harkonnen. Chome, Mala, and Sunset Dye. I think, yeah, you have to customize it with the welding torch. I have not done that. I customized some of my gear appearance. It's not overwhelming. It's relatively subtle, the coloring stuff. I believe the bank is at the far end. Vehicle vendor, that's the Chome Exchange and the bank.
Seeking alliances with rival factions is an act of betrayal. Loyalty to House Harkonnen is non-negotiable.
The bank.
Welcome. Would you
There
like to
is,
deposit
the
or
exchange is
withdraw
right
Solaris?
next to me. I'll show you in a sec.
How much Solaris would you like to deposit?
Let's go with... There we go. This is the exchange. It was not very well populated with stuff when I was looking. This is all the light armor. I'm not positive. Yeah, okay, it does look like each has its own entry. This person, for instance, is selling it for 1,100. These are all... These are damaged, so these were looted. These ones have... This one has a little bit of damage. This one's been repaired. This one's been repaired. So these were crafted. These two were looted. No still suits are available. Only one piece of heavy armor is available. A couple unique schematics. I assume these are probably worth decent amounts of change. Weapons. I kind of doubt, yeah, any of these are for sale. They would be so expensive right now. Building tools, deployables, hydration tools, a couple of blood extractor Mark IIs. Again, these are damaged, so they were looted. This has a tiny bit of damage, but not much. It's either been repaired or not, and either way it was crafted by a player. Ola's Quick Cutter. I'm betting those were looted. They're in pretty good shape, given that they were looted, though. Sync charts. People hoping to get lucky with the sync charts. Maps for those. Utility tools. People are just sort of trying to find out what things will sell, what won't, because the game's so new with all that. The compact compactor. Wait, what? So, we've got armor, weapons, vehicles, tools, and then I guess here's where we've got resources and the like. Copper ingots, eventually. People trying to get lucky. When I was here earlier today, hardly on. These four items were the only things that were available in this category. So that hasn't changed. Now, how lively it's going to be, I don't know. Right now, most people are probably running around in the same area I am, and it costs 2,500 credits, which is a substantial amount because my total value was like 30,000 to get to either of the towns. Once you have an ornithopter, obviously at that point you no longer have to pay to move from point to point. This is the Imperial area. I already paid my taxes. I'll have you know, I'm a taxpayer. The weapons merchant didn't have anything. There's a bar. A couple more vendors with nothing particularly interesting, if anything. Mostly I wanted to drop a bunch of cash into the bank so I don't have to carry cash with me all the time. Or don't have to carry much. And I wanted to see what the Harkonnens had. Pardon the yawn again. God damn. Breathe. Pardon me again. God damn. I'm falling apart, guys. It's not my fault that I'm old. Well, it's kind of my fault that I'm old. If I died years ago, I wouldn't be old, but on the other hand, I wouldn't be playing the game. And I wouldn't be streaming. Although I suppose I could stream my literal decay once I'm dead if I happen to die while streaming. Will that be a live stream fail? Not sure. I will interact with... No, I will not interact with Cassandra. I'll talk with the pilot to get me
Can I
back.
fly you somewhere today?
Tell me about yourself.
I like to fly. Fast. Storms, worms, or static, nothing stops me from getting where I need to go. But you know what I don't like much? Talking.
You could have just said none of my business.
Music to my ears. Where do you want to go?
Haga Basin.
The basin is a pretty big place. Could you narrow it down a little?
I think I had something I needed to do at Pinnacle, so let's go to Pinnacle.
Most folks try to stay clear of slaver gangs, but if you're paying...
I'm ready.
Let's try to avoid any pot shots from the locals as we take off.
Let's go. I did get this spot while driving around trying to get something done yesterday. I had a quest that took me to a place that looked almost exactly like that, actually. Where the badasses inside, like 5 of them aggroed when I tried something, and they murdered me pretty quick. Managed to go back in, grab my stuff, and get the hell out of Dodge. Oh my god. I got a good night's sleep, I promise. 2 days in a row I got... Well, okay. Yesterday I got a pretty good day's sleep. Night's sleep. Last night I got a really good sleep. I think it's because I blab so much. That I'm not spending enough time breathing. Let's see, the path to the third lies in a riddle I found engraved on a location of the second trial. Para west of the great hammer of Mirzba, a table of stone for God's feast. Turn Para north from its bounty and seek the cave of the purple eye. This trial seemed to describe a spiritual journey of people who were persecuted and sent wandering across the cosmos. That's kind of it. Climb the ranks. I have to complete a contract. Another one's coming. I can feel it. Choosing a side, I have... No. Survey. Payback. Finding Semo. Monster slaying. Pinnacle Station. Check in at Pinnacle Station. I'm 14 meters away from where I need to be.
Your sweat betrays you, off-worlder. Your body's shedding all the excess nutrients they pumped you full of in the prison racks. Smell like that, you'll never forget.
Those are keen senses. How did you know about prison racks?
I'm an off-worlder like yourself. And Highliner travel in a steerage racks isn't much better.
I want to learn from you, Arno.
I have a task that needs doing, which
He's the one who
requires some
teaches
discretion.
Swordmaster.
Do it for me, and I will train you.
Excellent. Contract. Checking the post. Wait, I just checked in. Why did I not get credit for that? You not the one I have to check in with?
You have returned, Offwelder.
What can you tell me about the
It's
area?
like any other frontier pest hole. Full of misfits who couldn't make it in the social order.
What kind of misfits? Well, here we have men who are lost and drunk. And over here we have men who are drunk but know where they are. Over here we have men who are lost and don't care. Over here we have men who are lost and care. I don't care. Quick, get him into the right cage and give that man a drink. Old man movie reference.
All kinds. The sandflies are probably the closest. Would-be anarchists with delusions of grandeur.
Well, who else is out there?
Since we're talking delusional, there's the masquerade over by the old power station at Misa Terrell. They're new around these parts, but don't take them lightly. They're here in force.
Are the masquerade bandits?
Verse. They're true believers. Some kind of local cargo cult built around perverted Fremen doctrines. They might rob you, or possibly eat you.
Right, well, did I not check in with him? Is that considered a contract that I have completed? And okay, there, I had to just move away from it. XP, and I couldn't see that. Did that say some number of Solaris? Alright, a couple of contracts. This is just... As far as quest systems go, this one's pretty and bad. Swordmaster basics. Find the Devil's Eye Cavern. It's about 3,600 meters away. I'm not in any big hurry for that. What was it I needed? It's the microfiber things. I imagine they're more expensive than I want to spend. We have a vendor here? We do. Imagine they're much more expensive.
Welcome. But please don't touch anything. If you damage anything, you'll pay for
Seb's
it.
kisser.
Also, if it explodes, that can be an inconvenience.
I definitely don't want to spend that. Ripper. Thin spikes in the barrel mean that the darts fired from this unique scattergun will break into multiple shrapnel pieces. Bigger buggy boot. Rubber baby buggy boot. Heal kit. Chome office furniture. Chome dining room furniture. Standard disruptor. Entrepreneur casual shirt. Casual pants. Casual gloves. Casual shoes. Plasteel microflora. 750, huh? I think I had 3 and I probably need like 25 or something. So we'd be looking at an enormous amount of money. Wrong button. I got a reward for the quest completion, so I now have more Solaris.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
I want you to fly me somewhere.
Music to my ears. Where do you want to go?
Aga
The basin is a pretty big place. Could you narrow it down a little?
How about the anvil?
I never miss the chance to... Let's move before a storm rolls in.
All right, we'll move before a storm goes in. Let's go. So the big Coriolis storms, which is what the splash has, they roll up, I believe, every like Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday morning, I think. And what they do is they completely rearrange the deep desert. And I've been told, although I've not had confirmed, that they change the layout of the resources in Haga Basin as well. But just the resources. Quiet down there. Woo! Let's put our stuff away. We don't really have much stuff to put away, do we? We'll keep some Solares on us, just, you know, mad money. Oh, we'll keep 2,500. All right, we have the static compactor, the handheld research scanner. I'm going to try to get more silicone blocks. Although, the fact that it's the sun is out in the middle of the day is not conducive to going out there in the middle of the sand and compacting out the sand. I think that's what he's doing now. Alright, that's the repair station. Well, let's see. I probably can go ahead and get the blood extractor Mark II. Let's fix the shield. I don't think we can repair this, sadly. The second Holtzman shield we can deconstruct because that was looted. Uniques, I guess, can't be repaired either. Makes me sad, but I understand. Alright. We repaired the reparables. Pardon me. Do I have the recipe for Mark II blood extractor? I do. You've done well, improvised blood extractor. You will be remembered. That's the repair station. We want to recycle it. That's the small chem. That's the refinery or recyclery. Handheld resource scanner. No, we don't. Why is that so damaged? Weird. The improvised blood extractor. Which Holtzman shield generator? That's the good one. So this one is not. Did I? Oh, did I get a second? I must have. I looted a second one. That's what. Okay. I was wondering why it was so damaged. Because it was looted. Okay. While we're here... interesting. So, you can craft on the machines with the materials in the boxes. But if you need to do a improvised type deal, you can't. I don't think. How many do I currently have? God damn it. We're currently at 13. We'll make 27. All right. Everything else is as it should be, I believe. See if there's anything else we want to make before I call it an evening. I think tomorrow I'll have to go churning out and track down some carbon. But I think that needs the tier 3 cutter. Thumper, still suit, iron products. That's the resource scanner. That's weapons stuff. Cut array Mark II. Iron. That should be sufficient. There is Spice Spear. Yeah, Spice Spear's in the books. I will make the Cut Array Mark II right now. Well, actually, I'll need to check. Let's see. What I'm currently using is Sims Cutter, copper, granite, salvaged metal, iron. The Cut Array Mark II, carbon and erythrite. Yeah, I need that. That'll allow me to get carbon. Carbon will allow me to make steel. Steel will allow me to make the next batch of goods. And that will replace the unique Sims Cutter, which will drop into a box, because, you know, maybe I die and I need a cutter to, like, start fixing stuff. I can make the second tier of storage items now, I think, too. That's the wrong item. That's the Sims Cutter. Construction tool. Go. That requires iron. But that's so much more than freaking the other ones. Don't wanna. I just use the salvaged metal. I've got that coming out of my Storage containers. How much? Wrong place. How much iron do I have? I think it said 60 or something, or 80 ingots. Copper ore. I don't have much iron ore. I'm going to grab some iron ore. I'm going to run around for a bit and grab some iron ore. And, you know, a little more water. Because you really can't have too much water. Well, I mean, you can. On Caladan, you could drown. Never access lenses storage containers. Well, that's... Oh, yeah. I would say that's kind of an understatement. There are certain things, certain unholy things, no man is meant to know. That is among them. It is now night, so I will now promptly forget about what I was going to do and try to use the compaction tool out there on the sand. The special delicious sand. We're going to need the handheld resource scanner first. Do not turn on your shield, Lens. Good idea. That's some good thinking, Lens. Alright. We now get the compaction tool. There we go. Oh, that's so much more flour sand. Holy crap. That's... Hey, oh, time to run. Shia Loop, not amused. Okay, good experiment. We got a lot more flour sand. That's good. That's what we're looking for on that one. Absolutely. Positively. Dangerous at all. No, everything's fine. This handheld research scanner. We'll go back to the construction tool there. Mr. Creaky over there. What was that whip sound? Nothing. 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 There went the flour sand. Okay. Was I going to drop over here? Yeah, the old Sims cutter. Part of my backup. Oh, I was going to grab some iron. It is a little amusing. Earlier today I was watching Shroud. People were asking him what he was doing. And he was saying, nothing you want to watch. He was flying out into the, not very deep into the deep desert, basically landing his ornithopter, pulling out his tool, harvesting stuff, getting back in his ornithopter and doing that over and over and over again. All he was doing was gathering high-end materials. That was it. The entire thing. And he was telling people, this is not really something that you want to watch. But that is kind of the deal with survival games and their mechanics. To a degree, it may not make fascinating viewing. I'm not doing myself any favors here, am I? Except when I do it, of course, it's gripping. More iron, please. Damn it. They didn't notice me. I'm silent. Wrong thing. There's Big Papa Shai Halud. Everybody wave. Let's use my brand new blood drainer. Oh, and this person's shy. Halud. Turn off your shield lens. Very wise choice. Sometimes, Lens, it's amazing to me you survive. Let's go ahead and start what little iron we got cooking. Check on the blood. All right, we finished. I can deposit what we just took. $4,000 mils. I think that's more than we used to get from. That makes sense. We get more blood out of a body now than we used to. We are quite close to being at the cap for water, so in our circuit. So I'll extract some. My leader johns are now full. Guess what time it is? Yeah, that's right. It's time for another freaking cistern. Mark 1 harvest, 1K, and Mark... Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It was 2K. So, 2 of them, 4K. Mmm. A little red sauce, so to speak. Construction tool. For now. Am I out on freaking copper again? I'm out of copper. Do I have any that I'm not currently melting down? Yes, I do. Oh, okay, we'll get that cooking. That's 98 ingots. That'll take care of that problem. I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. As always, I would like to thank you guys for hanging out. I am very, very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand for more Dune the Awakening. Thank you, Senegal, for hanging out. I am enjoying the game a great deal. Combat's a little tougher than I would like, but I'm not everybody. My guess is that more people are happier with the degree of difficulty than I am. So that's a me thing. That's not a game thing. the UI is a game thing, not a me thing. So, back tomorrow, usual time. Again, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening around here. And I hope your Sunday kicks ass. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.